Welcome to the DoubleEShow. Bad strategy, horribly simulated. What's going on, everybody? Ep30 back with the DoubleEShow. It's Banished Wednesday with Red Ketchup's Editor's Choice and Discrepency's DS Mods. So, as you saw from the little montage there of the flyover of our Thompson's Hollow, we've come a long way since we started. We've come a long way since the little village homes, and then moving up to townhomes, and then spreading out, spreading our wings. We've gotten pretty far. We really have. We've gotten really far. So let's go over some stats for our town. We have 577 adults, 127 students, 191 children, for a total of 895 citizens. We have 99% clothed, 99% educated. They should be 100% educated. I've never taken nomads in the last, 40 years. So we've been relying solely on our personnel, and we started schools at year 5. But I digress. Our health and our happiness is right up there. We've got plenty of laborers, plenty of builders, no building jobs, no labor jobs. Let's see. Let's go over some stats here. We got plenty of wood. We've got plenty of stored firewood. Our food is teetering. Right before the end of the build here, I threw in a couple extra gatherer huts out here in the forest near the farmland, because we've always had enough. We've never had a starvation really, but we have been teetering on our production, and we are low on production, and I'll show you that in a moment. But I mean, we've done really well with our Thompson's Hollow, and I mean, it looks so good. I've got so many different types of towns and environments and segments of the areas. But let's go look into production. So we're going to start with food. Food is always the big one. We use about 47,000 a year. We produce about 35,000. We've been trading a lot for food. Our production of wood, we use a little bit more than we produce. Our stone, we use a lot more than we produce. Our iron, we use a little bit more than we produce. Fuel, we're actually really good on fuel, and we're really good on tools by about 10. That's close. Herbs, we're teetering, but we're making other than herbs. We're making medicines and things like that with love potion, or not love potions. What do they call them? Healing potions. I think it's in here. Yeah, we're making healing potions, so they count as more than herbs. Overall, our production of everything has been really good. I gotta say, I'm really happy with the overall town. We have some cemeteries dotted around the map. That one there has got one of 52 graves. This one here should be pretty well full up. It is. I believe we even have a cemetery over this way, or do we not? No, I don't think I ever put the cemetery in over here. I kind of left that. For the city area. And nice little gardens and such, you know, little places for the people to visit and reflect and look at some of the town founders. Our dock area, we put in the Brigham tall townhouses. We got some food over here, some boating. I put in a school finally over here. We only got 6 students floating around in there, but not bad, right? Got a couple of mining areas over here in our little hollow. We've got mostly precious mining, golds and silvers, and we're making coal so we can make precious items. That's the armor maker. I think I want to go over here. There we go. Jewelry maker. Right now we're making pearl necklaces, and we're making a lot of them actually. So yeah, I mean, we worked our way into fine furniture. We worked our way into armor making. We worked our way into jewel making. We've done really good here in our Thompson's Hollow. Over here in the homestead area, we've got farms with livestock and fields of corn and spinach and cabbage. We've got cherry orchards. We have more cherry orchards. I think we have an apple orchard over here. We have a couple of apple orchards dotted around. We got our farmhouses over here where we've got some young couples that are just starting out fresh, and they're going to have babies and bring new life into the world. I did utilize this mountain for a little bit more coal production and a little bit of copper production because I wasn't mining copper anywhere. But over here in the mining area, I was doing stone. Whoops, can I grab it? There we go. I was doing stone and random stuff, some more random mines and iron quarries. I've got this one here doing iron ore and more stone. We were always struggling for stone. We got plenty of stone around the map. We've got some forestry areas with some gatherers that kept the food going for a pretty good amount of time. We've got the farmlands and the homesteads over here where there's some cattle farming, some more cherry and cherry orchards, and we've got some chicken farms. I've got my flower guys over here and my fodder farmers. Yeah, I mean, I put in some fencing around these particular homes, but boy, did they fill up these stockpiles rather quickly with fodder. Look at that, just overflowing with fodder. That is awesome. And we got some beekeepers over here. We had some sheep, but the sheep didn't last. They died off. But the chickens seem to have grabbed hold and they're doing well. And even though we have plenty of Frisian cow pastures, the smokery was always struggling to produce smoked meat, always. And normally that's a way to expand your food intake, is to put in smokers and salteries and butchers and whatnot, and they just could not keep up. In fact, I think I have a butcher over here, and even though he makes 18 to 24 steak out of 12 beef, he could just not pull in enough beef. So yeah, so he'd make the beef steaks, but it really just couldn't produce out what he needed to. And I dared not put another butcher in because it was always struggling to get the meat. But that being said, our Thompson's Hollow has come to its illustrious close. We'll take one more look around as we fly over here. I don't know why I put my caps lock on. But there was our first dock set. It looks really beautiful in the townhomes. I love the coloring. I love how I finished off. I borrowed this design from Jet Surf 2002. I thought it was a really good way to make a key wall out of the red ketchup standard walking docks and lower dock pieces. And so I finished off the edge with that. It looks really good. And then, of course, you know, we've got some business over this way. We've got the candle maker. We're just pounding out the candles, which came in handy for upgrading the mines. We've got the Brigham Town Market over here with a home on top. We had some minor food production and things like it over here. A little bit of fishing, little seafood farms and whatnot. We mixed in a market, which was doing well throughout. The jetty buildings from Discrepency, I added them in where I could. And we made plenty of clothing. Even though it said 99% clothed, we always had an abundance of clothing. I put in the Jetty Hospital over here. I never really ran into a sickness because I avoided the pulling in of nomads as much as I possibly could. Now, over here somewhere is a school, I thought, but I could be mistaken. We put in the merchant's office, which basically works like a mini town hall. And then, of course, I got a couple of storage buildings around over here for foods and goods. And traders, and this trader just never seemed to get his stuff together. Took him forever to start getting the fertilizer over here. I mean, he never stocked up on the ale or the salt. I put in pearl necklaces, never went and got them. But the DS townhomes, oh, they look so pretty. And then we come down here, we had the lighthouse, which is another gorgeous addition from Red Ketchup, and this acts as a big town hall, which is kind of awesome, actually. And of course, we threw in over here a boarding house, it's a hostel, which is basically a boarding house. So if we did grab nomads, we'd have a place to house them. And then I threw in I just grabbed the citizen. I threw in the library, which acts as a school. Yeah, and then as we came over into the city, I made sure I added a new town hall over here and a nice big chapel. Wanted to make sure that everybody got their religion, because it was important to me that the citizens had their religion to stay happy. And then we had the downtown areas, nice market set up over here. I really enjoyed using these mods to make my own markets. I thought these were really good. And then I decorated where I could. I put in some trees. Coming over this way, we went from the downtown areas into the suburbs. It's a rather abrupt transition, but you know, map size be damned. I tried to get every type of ecosystem I could think of. And then of course the last thing that we put in were the homesteads. But as we moved from the downtown area, we got into some agriculture, and I had my guys making the fertilizer over here with the with the water and whatnot. Now I tried to put in water wells wherever I could, and these wells were always pumping out water, but because of the low food, I think they were drinking a lot of it. Water is very low nutrition for my Banished. But I always made sure I had water wells around, and of course water towers. Try to produce as much water as I could, not only for the greenhouses, which require fertilizer and water, but the stables require fodder and water to make fertilizer. So water is an abundant thing. Now you would think all this water. Nope, doesn't work like that. But we move into the dockside villages here. I got a lot of different style townhomes, different colorings, threw them together. I did some bigger ones over here, but I tried to make sure that I had as a varied a look as I could. Even the armor maker had tons of armor out for sale, and look at the storage up there. He was just literally banging away, making noble armor, which trades for a pretty good amount. He was cranking them out too. I'll tell you what. But that being said, this is the end of our Thompson's Hollow. So if you like what you're watching, hit that like and subscribe button down below. Tell your family, tell your friends. If you have any suggestions as to what you'd like to see me do next in Banished, put them in the comments below, because I will read them. Now remember, 2 o'clock we have Banished with Megamod 8.01. That's going to move to 1 p.m. And then Season 6 will start next week, so you have a week to give me your ideas. I have some mods in mind that I'm going to utilize in Season 6. But you let me know what you're thinking, and I'll let you know if I can do it. So, with that, I will catch you on the flip side. Peace!
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, check out the playlist above, or watch what YouTube tells you to on the right. Oh yeah, and subscribe.